Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Alright, so not too long ago at all, my body and my mind were far from where I'm at now. And I put that down to a few key things that I have since implemented in my life that have been life-changing. But first of all, I want to get a few things straight. I'm not going to sit here and tell you a bunch of very quick fix things that are going to overnight change you and everything's going to be exactly the way you want it to be. It's not how it works. So if you're here to hear something like that, sorry, but I don't have a video like that. However, what I'm going to tell you is very effective, and no matter what you want to do, whether you want to lose a whole lot of weight, whether you want to gain muscle, whether you want to just change your lifestyle for the better, change your mindset in some way, you can do that by implementing these exact strategies that I'm going to tell you now. Okay, first of all, I'll just tell you a little bit about where I was at, why I was there, and just to give you a bit of an insight on what changes I've made and how that's helped me. So I haven't lost a bunch of weight. I've never needed to lose a bunch of weight. However, I got to a place where I was very unhappy and I was not treating my body right. I was drinking heavily, I was neglecting my health, I was not working out. I didn't work out for well over 12 months, just didn't do anything apart from walk around my house, like inside my house to do things that I have to do. I am usually a very good eater. I'm a very healthy eater. My family is, I've been brought up being healthy. My parents are like that. They've taught me like great habits. Okay, so things that have happened in my life that sent me down this little path of destruction, I guess, and that put me in a bad place. So I neglected myself completely. I just realized something needed to change. It was affecting my relationship. It was affecting basically everything I'd done. And I was becoming quite reclusive and I wanted to change. I knew there was a Jenna inside me that I had not seen for many years. And it was bursting to come out and it needed to come out. And something clicked. And I can only assume it was a combination of things building up that really got to a peak, and I was like, I cannot do this anymore. I can't live like this anymore. So overnight I made changes, and the results that you can see in the thumbnail of this video were in 35 days. So I really put my mind to it. It's amazing what you can do when you put your mind to it and you are focused on things that should be getting attention and ignoring the things that shouldn't be, just getting rid of that from your life. So yeah, I made those changes in 35 days and it's well past that 35 days now. It's months down the track and I'm still growing and like physically have changed. It's really exciting, and I hope that you implement these strategies too and can achieve the same results. I know you can if you do it. Alright, so you can see that the title does say how I changed my body and my mindset. So mindset comes first. It comes first over everything. No matter how much weight you want to lose, muscle you want to gain, no matter what change it is that you're wanting to make, if you're not prepared to actually change your mindset long term, your results will be very temporary. Your results won't be long term. Alright, so that is key. You do need to be prepared to change your mindset. Okay, and you're probably sitting here thinking, well, yeah, I do want to change my mindset. Well, you need to be prepared to change a few things in your life right now, because obviously what's happening in your life right now, the reason you're in this position and the reason you're wanting to make changes is because certain things in your lifestyle are not good for you, are not helping you get there. So that might mean needing to give up some things that you've got used to, whatever that may be, going out most weekends drinking, I don't know, whatever it might be, but you know what that probably is. Okay, so first thing is you need to realize that whatever those things are that are making you miserable or making you unhappy, or the things that you know are stopping you and holding you back from achieving what you want to achieve, you need to realize that that does need to go. Okay, so how did I change my mindset? First thing I done was I stopped drinking. Now, you may not have that problem, but I had that problem, and that was one of the biggest things holding me back from achieving what I needed to achieve and change myself physically and mentally. So that was the first thing to go. From doing that, I can't believe the changes I noticed in myself so fast. My skin changed. I've never really had bad skin. I've never had trouble with it, but I could just... Oh my god, I thought my cat had got outside, but it's another black cat. My skin was just nicer. My eyes seemed more alert, clearer. Just everything on the outside looked better. Another thing that happens when you stop drinking alcohol is you will naturally lose weight. Right, now this wasn't something I wanted to do or needed to do. However, I did have that like alcohol bloat that I hated. It was just annoying. My face was kind of like, not redder, but just puffier, I guess. And my eyes looked dull. So yeah, one thing you need to realize about alcohol, now sorry, this is not an alcohol video, it's not an alcohol rant, but this is one thing that can definitely change your mindset in a huge way. Alcohol is a depressant. It's a serious depressant. So depending on how much you drink, even if you're just having one drink a night, you could still wake up the next morning feeling moodier or slightly grumpier or slightly more off. Quitting drinking is kind of like taking the handbrake off on your car. You know, you're moving along normally, but something doesn't quite feel right. Take the handbrake off, remove the alcohol, you literally power ahead with everything. It's honestly like flicking a switch. Your motivation will go up, your self-confidence, my self-confidence really just, it skyrocketed after I quit drinking. I was so focused. All of a sudden, the goals that I wanted to achieve just seemed so clear and so achievable. I felt confident to do it, and I literally chased it and wrote it down. That's another thing I'm going to get to, is journaling. So yeah, I wrote down what I wanted to achieve, and all of a sudden, yeah, it just seemed like I can do this, and I wanted to do it. I had the energy, I had the clarity, and that was all from just stopping drinking. All right, so that was late last year where I made those changes. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I have been alcohol free since then, because I haven't. There have been times where I have drank and I could see it sending me into a depressive state. I lost motivation, I lost confidence, I lost my drive, and it just put me into a bad place. So I know for myself, having alcohol out of my life makes me a much better person. I'm so much happier, I'm so much more focused, and life is just, for me, so much better. Now, I'm not telling you that that's what you have to do. You may not even have an issue with it. If you do, well, then I'm telling you right now, life is so much better without it. It really is. Okay, so again, on changing your mindset, another thing that I started to do was I set a morning routine. Yes, everyone's posting about morning routines and that, but there is a reason why people do this. It really does work, and anyone that's successful with stuff long term creates habits. They're consistent with things, and why not start that first thing in the morning? I mean, every day you wake up, you've got a whole day ahead of you to do whatever you want to do. It's up to you. You create your reality. So why would you start your morning on a bad note? Why would you sleep in every day, or whatever your daily routine is, start it off and on a good note. I personally get up really early. I'm up by 5 o'clock in the morning because I love being awake early. It's my favorite time of the day. I have a cold shower because that wakes me up. I feel really alert. I feel really good after I do that. So it's 2 minutes. Yeah, I'll go out, I will meditate for 10 minutes on the couch. Every single morning I do this because I love it, and over time it's just become routine. It's habit. I just naturally do it. And that 10-minute meditation that I do, which really is only 10-15 minutes max, just calms my mind. Anything that I might be thinking about, have dreamt about, because you know when you wake up and you've had a dream about someone or something, and it's like, how the hell did that person get into my dream? And you wake up feeling like bad or sad or crappy. Meditating can actually completely like wipe that away, I find, and it sort of resets. I will then watch a motivational video, something that I enjoy. I really love Abraham Hicks. I'm obsessed with law of attraction. I really strongly believe in that, and so I watch a lot of her videos. I'll just watch something just inspirational that kind of sets me up for the day, and I will then journal. So again, I don't do it for long. This is what I do. I'll often have a little recap of my previous day, just write what I achieved, what I done, what was good, what was bad, really briefly, and then I will start with what I want to achieve today. whether it's goals or just tasks that I have to do, that I'll do for the week, the month, 1 year and 5 years. And I do that every single day. I mean, sometimes it changes a little. It's okay for your goals to change. It happens, and because we're growing and we're changing all the time as people, so what you want to achieve and what you're reaching for will change too. So, and that's perfectly fine. So I journal, finish that, I will then have my coffee, and that is kind of how I set myself up for the day. And that probably takes about an hour in total, and I've still got the whole rest of the early morning to do whatever I want. Sometimes I'll go sit outside, especially if it's a beautiful morning, the sun's rising, and just appreciating the little things. The next thing is focus on now. One thing that I'm so bad for doing is focusing on where I want to be and focusing on why I'm not there now, and I get myself so annoyed and frustrated that I'm not in the place I want to be, and I'm like, why? What can I do better? Why does that person have that? Why are they achieving that? They're doing the exact same thing as me. Why are they where they are and I'm not? And it's just like, it messes with my head, rather than just accepting that I am where I am and I will be where I want to be, and it's a process, and enjoy the process, enjoy the little steps along the way. Like, life is not a destination to get to, life is happening right now. So the more you can appreciate what's happening now and the little things around you and the people in your life and all of that sort of stuff, the happier you will actually be. Okay, now health-wise, what I done to actually change my body, other than quitting drinking, which I lost water weight and I felt and looked different, I ate better. So I was not treating my body right. I was not giving it nutritious food. I was but I wasn't near as healthy as I am now. Now, when I say healthy, I don't exclude anything. I eat everything. I eat anything that I want to eat, but I just do it right. Okay, I'm not a restricted eater, I'm a strict eater. The key to it is actually understanding nutrition. And I know that's very hard for people who haven't studied it and maybe have no interest in studying it, and they want someone to help them out with a workout program or things like that, which is why in the description there is a free 1-week workout program and 21-day weight loss plan for you. You can get that for free. It's not a PDF, it's actually hosted on a website called Teachable. You can also access it through the app. So yeah, you can get that. There is a video that I will link in the description that you can watch too. It explains exactly what it's about, and it's lifelong things that you need to know that will help you sustain and maintain your weight loss and your body goals long term. It's not a 21-day weight loss thing. Then you're left in the lurch with wondering what the hell to do next. Okay, it's not like that. So diving deeper into my nutrition habit changes, in general, I started eating whole foods. I focused on what I was eating. I wasn't just like, oh, what am I going to eat tonight? And I would just have toast or something that was not really good for me. It wasn't giving me the nutrients I needed. I ate a lot of veggies. I made sure that my fridge was packed full of fruit and veggies, and before that I would buy veggies and fruit, and by the end of the week a good half of it would be like rotting and old and I would have to biff it out. Now when I buy fruit and veggies, it all gets eaten. So my grocery shops have changed. I am very mindful of what I'm putting in my body now. I try to stick to mainly whole foods, but I do treat myself. I do eat pizza, I do eat the occasional fast food. It's totally fine to do that. Just need to do it in moderation. One thing I don't do is count calories. That stresses me out. It's so boring. It's so painfully boring and tedious that you don't need to do it. Instead, learn portion size. Inside my free 21-day weight loss guide is a portion size guide as well. Right, so that will help you understand your portion sizes, and you'll be able to craft your meals so much better with a much better understanding of what you kind of should be eating and how much you should be eating. It's all about understanding yourself and how your own body works. Alright, and the last thing I'm going to talk about is exercise. Now, I've always been a pretty active person. I was very much into sports at school. I've been a dancer my whole life up until about 5 years ago. So working out has not been a problem for me. However, when I was going through that bad patch in my life and quite depressed, I didn't work out, and all of that was put aside. I wasn't interested in it. I wanted to, I felt guilty for not doing it, but I still wasn't interested in doing anything. Nothing actually excited me. There was nothing I really cared to achieve, even though in my mind I was really annoyed at myself because I knew I needed to and I wanted to, but I also didn't want to. I used to go to the gym a lot, and I guess with everything that's happened, things being closed, I also moved cities, and the gym I did join up with, I hated. So, cut a long story short, I quit that gym, stopped doing everything, and I was like, what can I do? So I don't know how I stumbled across it, but I found a few people that I really enjoyed watching on YouTube who were doing calisthenics training. Now, I really didn't know anything about calisthenics. I'd heard of it, but I wasn't really sure. And in a nutshell, it's just bodyweight workouts. However, calisthenics can be like just very basic bodyweight workouts. You can class it as calisthenics, or you can extend it right out to extreme calisthenics skills, like on bars or, handstands and really awesome poses that you probably see people doing on Instagram. It's always coming up in my feed and stuff. So what you can achieve with calisthenics training is it's kind of endless. So I started a program that I found online, and I loved it. It was an 8-week program. It required no equipment. Actually, no, sorry, I lie, it did. I brought a pull-up bar, which I put in my doorway. It was $15. So that brings me to my 35-day makeover, combining quitting drinking, changing my eating habits, and 35 days of doing this program. That is what I achieved. I changed my body. I lost fat, but I also really sculpted my body. I could see muscles and the definition that I had never seen before. I wanted that, and I had never ever achieved that in the gym. And I do put that down to bad diet and just the type of training I was doing. Right, so calisthenics was the perfect addition to my life. I love it. So that's why this channel does have a lot of calisthenics videos. I have since created my own programs to help other people, and I cannot recommend it enough. I finally feel like my life has gone from this stagnant, not going anywhere spot in a very, 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 very bad place. Mentally and physically, I wasn't feeling or looking like I wanted to knowing my options are endless. I honestly wake up 95% of the time feeling really good. Of course we have bad days, you're always going to, but you can control it. You can, to a degree, control what you let affect you and what you don't. So if you choose to focus on the negatives and where you're at now and why you don't like being where you're at now, and that's not going to really help you, what you can do is focus on what is good in your life right now, because there's always something good. There's always something to be grateful for, and where you and where you want to be. Focus on your goals. Do not let them out of your sight. It's important to have goals set because it gives you something to feel excited about and to strive for, and just know that you absolutely can achieve it. You can achieve whatever goal you set your mind to. You really can do it. You just need to be prepared to stay consistent with it, put in the work, and believe in yourself. 100% believe in yourself. Back yourself all the way. Alright guys, thanks for listening to that video. I really do hope that there's some things in here that you can find helpful and implement into your own life. Do what works for you. Just be patient with yourself, be patient with life, and eliminate the things that you know aren't good for you, that they're not getting you anywhere, and start welcoming things that are good for you, that are going to get you places. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded and are on the same sort of journey as you. I mean, that helps in a huge way. Have supportive people in your life. It doesn't have to be many, even just one. Okay? Alright guys, feel free to send me a message, ask me any questions. If you liked this video guys, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to me, I really do appreciate it. It does help push my videos out there and lets other people see it who want to see this kind of stuff. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.